Hey y'all, this is gonna be heavy. I'm not gonna lie. I have been contemplating talking to you about something that has been placed on my heart for a very long time. Okay, so when I went to Hawaii to be a missionary to the missionaries at the YWAM base in Kona, after my 90 days mandatory service and being asked to continue, and then in a nutshell being told that God really wanted me to go deeper with him, I found the Restorers DTS, which means Discipleship Training School. And it was the most amazing and most difficult thing I've ever done in my life. It was translated into English and South Korean as well. So, very interesting. However, okay, so during that time, when we prayed about where God wanted us to go, God very strongly led me to go to Mexico City and to Nicaragua. And so I was faithful to that. And while I was in Mexico City, I came to know some of the most amazing people ever. Literally. Chris Edwards, Michelle Edwards, Yvonne, Martha, Lily, Dorian, and there are other people that I'm missing right now because I'm nervous because I'm on camera, and I apologize, but Carrie, and more will come to me. Pablo. Anyway, while I was there, I became a completely different person. And I want you to know why. Before this time, I had an extreme hatred and prejudice against prostitutes, specifically. And I used to joke that if I were to come in contact with one, I would flick a quarter at her. Not good. The reason I felt that way is that I was living in mainstream society, and I didn't know that 99% of prostitutes have actually been forced into prostitution. They've literally been stolen from their families, at least outside of the United States, if not many inside of the United States that we just don't hear about. Literally stolen from their families in other cultures, in other countries, and forced to do the most abominable, despicable things, starting as children, that mankind could ever fantasize about. And let me tell you what happened while I was in Mexico City. God changed my heart. He gave me a deep, passionate love for these women and men. Because God sees the heart of everyone. Regardless of sex, regardless of race, regardless of nationality, God sees the heart of the person. And he gave me a deep, abiding love. Love so much that I could actually go to the darkest, nastiest, most scary places that you will find on the planet, I guarantee you. Not only did he bring me to those places, but he kept me safe, And he filled me with such a love for these people that I was able to hug them. I was able to love on them. I was able to tell them that Jesus loved them. Because he does. He sees them right where they are, in the middle of the nastiest thing that mankind has ever created. Sex trafficking. Prove me wrong. And he gave me a deep and abiding love for them. And now I'm challenging you, my friends, my family, my followers. I'm challenging you to join me. To join a friend that I have made on Facebook named Jessica Joy, who's actually a political advocate against sex trafficking, who was actually a prostitute and a sex traffic victim, and who is rocking the political world right now. Let me tell you, Jessica Joy shows no fear, and it's amazing. She is amazing. And I ask that you join with us and Michelle Edwards and Chris Edwards and Ashley Kibbinger and Carrie Ramirez and Yvonne Ramirez and Martha. I can't remember your last name. I'm so sorry. But join with us to say no more. No more children sold into sex trafficking. No more kidnapping the innocent and forcing them to do the abominable. Because you know what? It's just wrong. And it needs to be stopped. And I refuse to let my voice be silenced. I know that I can be funny, and I love to share the funny and the silly and sometimes inappropriate. But I am passionate, like so incredibly passionate about speaking up for those who can't speak for themselves, to become a voice for the voiceless. And I just ask that you open your eyes to the world around you and that you join with me. And let's make this stop, because it has got to stop. It is disgusting. It is despicable. Pornography feeds it like nobody's business. And we have just got to stop it. We have got to shine light in the darkness and make the disgusting sickness end. We've got to. Because if not us, then who? Who's going to do it? Who is going to say no more sex trafficking? If not me, then who? I am willing to be brave, I am willing to be courageous, and I am willing to stand up and say no more. Are you willing to be brave and courageous with me? Or are you just going to sit back in your comfortable little world and pretend like it's not happening? And I'm not trying to guilt anyone. Honestly, I'm not. I used to be one of you. However, God got a hold of me and made me realize that it's not acceptable. And I can't live with myself if I don't open my mouth and speak truth. Jesus is life. Jesus is light. Jesus can overcome all of the darkness. Darkness will never win. In the end, not my personal opinion, it's a fact. Jesus will overcome the darkness. And I just am asking you if you're going to join me in shining the light in the darkness and stopping this atrocity that is happening, that is sex trafficking, that is stealing children as young as 4 years old. Literally. Picture your 4-year-old daughter, 4-year-old sister, 4-year-old niece, 4-year-old friend's child. I don't care who it is. Picture them. And picture them having sex with a stranger for money. Tell me that doesn't disgust and appall you. Because it appalls me. It makes me want to throw things. It makes me want to hurt people. But things must be done in the order that they must be done. So, speaking up is number 1. Number 2 is becoming an advocate. Number 3 is supporting causes that are already in place to raise awareness, number 1, and number 2, to fight, combat the darkness. Please join me. Not just thoughts and prayers. Action. God bless you.